welcome back.
Welcome back, you degenerates, to the number one gambling podcast on earth. This is Betting That the Diagonal. I am Billy here with Greg and Morgan, aka Mo Watts, aka Greggy Gersh. Welcome back,
Yes, sir.
boys. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm hanging in there. Today was a little below average day. I only played college games. Was let down big time by my boys in Ohio. Michigan State, they're surging. They're trying to make the tournament. It was probably a bad pick, but I could not control myself to take such a low number. And yeah, that's basically where my focus is today. And yeah, we're gonna try and fix things from there.
Morgan, how you doing today?
I am no longer tilted. I am
Yes.
I am not full tilt any longer. Um, we're coming back. We're starting. We have a light boil right now, boys. A very light boil. I have my oven sitting at 2 out of 10, boiling a little pot of water, and I am that pot of water. I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to see the card again. Things are definitely moving in a positive direction for me. Um, NBA plays went pretty good tonight, so I'm feeling good, feeling love, feeling the love. I want to spread the love today.
Can I just
This is a spread
say,
the love episode.
as somebody in the food industry, using electric stove and putting it on 2 out of 10 to boil water, you're gonna be there for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Be
I
there.
said I was just starting to boil. We're just starting to boil. I'm not. You
So,
can't just
so
jump
you've
right to 10.
so
I'm
you've
I'm
had this
fizzing.
warmth. You've had this
I'm
warmth.
warming up. I'm warming up. I can feel it in my bones a little bit. It's warming up,
Ah,
All
all
and
right.
right.
it's a light little. I don't know what the word before boil is, but that word. And we'll see how it's looking. I already have a lot of love the card for tomorrow's games.
Oh, he's
Have
simmering. He's
I'm
simmering.
simmering. I like
That's
that word.
that's the word. That's the word we were looking for.
Would never have gotten to that. So thank you. I appreciate that. But I'm starting to feel good. We're getting back that good juju right now.
Yeah,
Good,
boys.
because Tuesday, that was a mess. That was a mess.
You were bringing up Tuesday again?
No, no, I'm just,
Okay. It was a mess for a certain reason that we're not going to go into tonight.
yeah.
It wasn't. It was a certain reason about certain things that were said that we're not going to go into. But thank you both of you for neither one of you asking me how my day is going. My day is going splendid.
I was just
Thank
about
you.
to ask you, Bill, because we never get to
I
that
wasn't
point.
gonna ask you.
I know you
So
weren't.
I was riding real high. I started my day 4-0, hitting that can't lose Sixers first half, freest money in the game. I love it. And then I proceeded to go 0-5 to end the night. It was brutal. It was brutal, but similar to Morgan, I didn't have too much time to do a lot of research yesterday going into today's picks. So some of it was kind of flying off the hip, and a couple of plays who I didn't post on Twitter, including San Diego State -6. That hit in overtime somehow. God bless them. What the best team in best conference in college basketball, Mountain West, always comes through for me. Um, NBA still frauds. Listen, can we talk about LeBron being washed for a minute, or Greg? I got to give you props. You were right on that, but
Thank you.
I didn't expect it to be a blowout like that.
Yeah, it was last night. It was so funny because, the game was what it was, but I I wasn't sure if it was too soon, but right after the game, I snapped a picture of LeBron's stat line, his 19, 4, and 4,
Yeah.
and I wanted to send it to you guys because you were saying on the podcast last Tuesday that, this is going to be one of these games where he goes for 35, 13, and 11. And, it wasn't like a snag towards you guys.
It
I thought it
totally
was going
would
to
have
be,
been. It
I guess it
totally
would
Percent.
have
would have
been.
been.
100%
It
would have
would
been a
have been.
slander.
Yeah, but
Absolutely would have been a
I
slander.
thought it was funny at the time, and I thought better of it
Listen,
because I
I'm not
figured,
gonna lie to you. I was waiting for it.
Were you?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
You
talking.
have to.
Once,
You got to
once
pounce on
again, boy.
opportunities.
I was talking in the group chat by myself yesterday. You guys do that to me, and I feel alone. I feel alone, and then
It's funny
next thing
too
you
because
know,
I'll see the group chat going off, and I'm like, oh, Billy's just talking to himself again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
yeah,
not
you need
answering. I'm
somebody to
busy
talk to.
working. Like he's just firing off texts every 5 minutes. Up, got this one, and it's just barren wasteland. Nobody's saying
Listen,
anything.
guys, that's what
Mhm.
happens when I'm at work. Can't talk to my coworkers about gambling 'cause they don't gamble. I can't talk to the people around me 'cause, I'm in a professional environment, kind of, sort of, enough, you know. So I got to talk to somebody about it. Nobody's
Mhm.
standing there next to me gambling. I got to sweat it out via text messages sometimes.
Yeah, I totally get that. There's just times where I know exactly why you're texting in, and sometimes I look at it and I'm like, does he need support right now, or is he just looking to vent somewhere?
Yeah, it's a lot of it's vent.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we've been
I could
there
use
as
a
a
friend every
trio a
now and
lot
then.
in the past few days.
Yeah,
The chat's been hostile, but we're back. We're back to good
It's a
vibes only.
positive vibes only tonight,
that's
boys.
it. That's
I
it.
guarantee that there's only positive vibes tonight.
Put it this way, boys. This isn't coffee inside this little to-go coffee cup, all right? We're positive vibes only tonight.
Love it.
Should we get to some picks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that
You
sounds like a
wanna
good
what do you guys
idea.
want to
I
start with?
mean, our viewers, I know the viewers are here to look at me and everything, and they're not here to look at you two, but I also, it's like 50% come to see me, 50% they're here for the picks.
Yeah.
So I think let's give the people what they want.
Yeah. You guys, what do you guys want to start with? You guys want to start with the NBA tonight?
Yeah, I think that's a good start. That's a good
Hit
Greggy,
starting
me.
where do you
point.
want to start us out at?
Yeah, Greg, you choose, Greg.
I choose. All right. All right. Let's start with the NBA. We're already on the topic. So I'm going to start off tomorrow's card with Kings -1 at the
Woo!
Pistons.
Great pick.
I love
Thank
that
you.
pick.
Love it.
I love
Thank
that
you.
pick.
Thank you. It's an ugly game by many standards. Kings have lost 9 in a row. Pistons have lost 4 of 5. But with the Kings losing 9 in a row, they have scored 111 or more in all of those games. The Pistons, they've only put up 120 points 4 out of 32 games on the season. And honestly, I think that's what they'll need to beat the Kings, who they could flat out score. They can't play defense, but they don't play defense either. So it's just a matter of who can score more. And I think that's going to be the Kings tomorrow night. Although they're on a back to back, they know how badly they need a win. And I think this is a nice spot for them to get it at, basically a pick 'em. And in one of those 4 games that the Pistons put up 120 was a double overtime that they barely got there. So just to prove that point even further.
Just drill
Uh,
it in them.
yeah, people love the facts. People love the facts. The guarantees. Next, we're gonna go to the Blazers +5 over the
Oh,
Lakers.
I know Morgan loves that pick.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
big fan.
Two for
Massive
two
fan.
tonight, Greggy. I love
All
it.
right, all right. I mean, I don't want to take all the spotlight from your card, but Lakers have lost 4 in a row since AD got hurt. They look like a shell of themselves. Blazers have lost 3 in a row as well. So it's two teams that are, I would say it's one team really reeling right now, which is the Lakers. The Blazers have dropped 3 in a row, but what honestly is to be expected of that team when they're missing, 30-40% of their scoring at the moment? Uh, they're doing a fantastic job of actually winning the games that they are winning, and to be in the place that they are in the Western Conference is, that it's amazing what they're doing. Um, in the 3 losses that the Blazers have, one, they lost to a surging Wizards team. The second one, they lost to a surging Suns team. And then the last loss, they lost by 2 buckets to the Nuggets on the road. So 3 games that they, there was all the reasons that they could lose those games. LeBron doesn't know. He's on the court. He's trying to fix this. It's just not working. That loss was demoralizing last night. Like, that was bad.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Sucked when it was the last leg of my parlay.
Was it? Oh, God.
Yepper.
With the +8.5 or money line?
+8.5, and I had no shot no matter what. At least I didn't have to sweat it because I had no shot.
Yeah, it's like at a point, would I rather sweat it and lose or
just lose
get
outright.
blown out? Yeah, or just get blown out and know that I lost.
I'd rather you take me out the pasture and just shoot me in the back of the head instead of, just torturing me, bleeding me slowly.
Yeah, I turned that game off quite early.
Yep. I started watching Fast and Furious 6.
Yeah, that's okay.
One of the
I probably would just went to bed. Honestly, instead of watching either one of those things, that's about equal.
Yeah. I have one more play as of now for tomorrow. Jazz at a minus question mark.
Oh man,
Jazz at a minus question mark against the Heat. I don't care.
5.5. 5.5.
It is 5.5. I didn't have a number yet.
Holy shit, Greg! I love the card tonight.
Beautiful. Let it be 5.5. Let it be 15.5. I'm taking the Jazz at whatever number that they are, because it's the right thing to do.
That's fair.
That's great logic. I can't argue.
Thank
Never
you.
again will I fade the Jazz. I've learned my lesson.
We rode with the Jazz for 20 plus straight games, and the one time we don't ride with them, we get fucked. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, you live and you learn. But that's how I'm gonna end off my NBA card.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bounce it over to myself. I'm gonna pass it to myself off the backboard here. For all 3 of those picks that Greg said, I love them. They're all picks that I'm on. I have the Jazz 5.5. I have Kings 1.5. Just a great place. Great place. Blazers plus 5.5. Love it. Great ones. Dame Dollar dropping a 50 burger tomorrow night. I'm going to be grabbing whatever his over is for his point prop. 100%. It will be slighted from an all-star start. He's going to come out guns a-blazing. And I am going to hammer the shit out of that one. 2 other plays that I have at the moment on my card. Pacers +3 against the Celtics. Celtics are in a big-time spiral right now. Coach Brad Stevens of Butler Pride. That seat's getting a little warm. It's starting to heat up a little bit up there. And they're not used to losing and reeling too much up there in Beantown, that fake wannabe title town up there. I hate the Celtics, and I'm born, is in my blood to hate everything about Boston. So I can't stand them. The Pacers are a sneaky good team. They're battling back. They just came back from a COVID little scare for a while. Demotis Sabonis was a big snub for the All-Star game, so I expect him to come out and really go to town because he's going against 2 All-Stars, whom you could make a case that he is more valuable to his team than Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Sabonis has been phenomenal this season as the go-to guy, especially when Oladipo's was traded, when Karis LeVert has been out since the trade to them. He's pretty much carried that team. Malcolm Brogdon's played great as well. So I love the Pacers in this spot here. Other play that I very much love tomorrow is going to be the Suns, laying 5.5 against the Bulls.
Love that pick.
If you did, and when you will, listen to Birthing of Degenerate, our little project, our little man-child, Jared, is on the other side of this pick, taking the Bulls 5.5. That's psychotic. Absolutely psychotic. While the Bulls can score and do nice things, the Suns are one of the hottest teams in the league. They are the second best team against the spread in the NBA this season. They do a phenomenal job. In their past 10 games, they've covered 9 of them to the spread. They've been hot as can be. Chris Paul hasn't run, and Devin Booker just got named an All-Star. It was one of my prop bets yesterday, I believe it was. It was yesterday, the day before, for his over and his points, which he destroyed because he was an all-star snub. I believe he's going to continue to come out and scoring like crazy. So I love that there. This game, I also love the over in this game as well because these two teams play at some of the fastest paces in the league, and they just have gunners who will line it up from three left and right. So right now, that card, recap of that right now is going to have Jazz laying 5.5, Suns 5.5, Pacers +3, Kings -1.5, and Blazers +5.5.
Now,
Beautiful.
for my card, it's everything they just said.
Mhm.
Like that's why we were like, oh my god, we love that card because me and Morgan already briefly talked about it.
Mhm.
I'm on the Suns -5.5. I'll be on the Blazers +5.5, and I will also be on the Jazz laying the 5.5,
Yeah,
7,
and if you
25.
can,
They could be
if
laying
you can get
100
that,
points.
you can get that Jazz number now. Get that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
You know, that number
Yeah.
is going to move. There is no way that number stays there.
Yeah, I agree.
That is a crazy low number. I think it's down that low because Miami is an absolutely elite defensive team. They rank in the top 5 in pretty much every defensive metric, which is great. However, I think it's very much discounting and disparaging that the fact the Jazz are the number 2 most efficient offense in the league. They are the third highest percentage shooting team from 3. You know, they have likely the 6th man of the year coming off the bench, throwing up 15 3-pointers a game. Greggy, who's that there? Who's our 6th man of the year?
That's my boy Jordan Clarkson, baby.
That's his boy Jordan Clarkson.
Not
That's
again.
right.
Not
We're going
again.
back to Jordan Clarkson talk. I would
I already-
love if they would let us play the prop for Jordan Clarkson points or 3-pointers.
I
It
would
never
love it.
able to play because he comes off the bench, but I would
Mhm.
hammer that sucker every single night.
The fact that they let me play Tim Hardaway over threes
Yeah,
and not Jordan Clarkson, it's
wild.
The crime.
Wild move.
it's a crime.
Absolutely
That's
wild
what it is. It's criminal.
Yeah, it's absolutely absurd. Prop bet in that game that I also like as well. Bam Adebayo under in his rebounds. He's been sitting. He averages 9.6 on the season. His number usually is sitting around 9.5. Eastern Conference is a little bit weaker when it comes to defense among the 5 position. Realistically, once you get past Embiid, there is really no bigs in the East who are going to be a real big threat to you or anything. Gobert's pretty good. He's not too bad down there. Gobert has been putting up at least 14 boards a night pretty much every single night. So his over I love as well. I think also Bam's too soft as a big guy. He travels out to the perimeter way too much. I spent a lot of time watching Heat games of late, and he is becoming way too perimeter centric when he needs to get down low and bang a little bit.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Yeah, I don't hate it either because I love the Jazz, and I got me a Jordan Clarkson jersey in the mail on its way.
Oh boy, we're
Had to
getting
do it.
Shishwan Blue Whales jerseys.
We found some fire Blue Whales jerseys.
Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
we're on the hunt tonight to find
We
some way
found
to
them.
sell
We
them.
just gotta find where we can get them.
Oh, I could definitely get them. We'll talk after the show.
Doing some deep diving into the Chinese black market to find some Sichuan
Yes,
blue whale.
sir. Yes, sir. I have a connect.
Yeah, we do have a connect.
Love to see it.
All right, let's get into some college.
Yeah, sure. Bill, you want to
Billy,
start us off?
Yeah,
lead us
I'll
off
start
this
us off.
one.
I got a massive card for tomorrow.
All right,
Really?
get comfy,
Boy.
Greg. Greg, I know you said before we started airing that you were hungry. It might be a good time to go get some food.
Yeah.
This will take a
No,
while.
it's all right. It's all right. You guys are feeding me with
I've got 1,
beautiful
2,
agreements
3,
right now.
4, 5 already placed and 3 leans so far. So I have my first game on the card is going to be Sam Bonnie's against George Washington, and I'm going to be taking George Washington +15. Now, we've been on the St. Bonnie's bandwagon. You know, they were one of my favorite teams to win the A10 this year, but when it comes down to it, they play at a slow pace. So for a team that plays in the bottom 10% as far as pace goes, for them to be laying 15 points, I'm gonna fade it. Give me George Washington. It's simple. It's one of these picks you can't overthink it. You know, it's like, oh yeah, St. Bonnie's is better. George Washington's a bad team, but
Mm-hmm.
it comes down to how fast the game is going to go. And if it's going to come down to a slow pace, St. Biden's going to dribble the clock out towards the end. It's going to be about a 20-point game with 5 minutes left. St. Biden's going to try to drain clock, a couple of threes here and there. You're going to get that 15-point cover. I took it to 15. It's down to 14 and a half. I wouldn't recommend anything under 13. And then you're begging for shit to happen. You're begging for a last pointless three like Kansas had. It's not stuff we need. Take the 15, 14, anything under that. Leave it alone. Drake versus Bradley is my next play. I think where we know what we're doing here, boys.
Mm-hmm.
We're going Drake. Thank you very much. It's a loud clap, but I'll accept it. Drake is 19-4 against the spread. They started the season, 18-1, right?
18-1, I think. I think it was 17-0 and then 18-1.
Yep, something like that. Doesn't matter. They're still winning. They only have one loss on the year. Bradley's not a good team. They're not a bad team as far as that conference goes, but Drake is a good team in general. They're a great team actually because good teams win, great teams cover. Bradley's is 7-14-2 to the number. I think Drake's trying to make a statement game because Bradley's probably one of the better teams in that conference. Nice little statement game for the tournament. Shows, hey, we're not losing. We're not losing here, boys. We're going for the championship. We're coming for the crown. Give me Drake -8. That's a great number. I take it up to 11 or 12. Bradley's not that good. I know Greg's gonna love this bet.
I know where you're going with this.
Yep. I'm going
And it's a great pick.
JMU versus Drexel. I'm sorry.
Drexler. Come
Bryce,
on, show some
listen,
respect to my big five teams.
Listen, you be quiet, all right? I have a Clyde Drexler jersey, and I was just reminiscing. Whenever I see DREX, I'm like, oh man, that's such a nice jersey. I'm on the cash cow. JMU, 12-3 against the spread. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, boys. Right? There's nothing wrong. There's no more I have on that game. Maybe Greg has an insight, that little bit of this, a little bit of that to give you. Along with that, another game that doesn't have a line yet, but will be playing it, is going to be Bryant versus Long Island U. Same game as happened today. Bryant was up by 18 at one point, and then it got a little close. I had to sweat it out a little bit, but in the end, they covered by 5 points. So I don't think the line for tomorrow moves very much. It was at 5, closed at 5.5. I think it stays about the same. Maybe goes to 6 tomorrow because of the win. Either way, I'm taking Bryant. Bryant's another one of those great teams that always cover. My last one is a little confusing. This is a Mountain West game. Everybody who knows, I'm a big Mountain West guy. Nevada versus Utah State. This has a play that will go either way depending on where the number moves by 9 o'clock tomorrow. Nevada hasn't played in 18 days. But in my opinion, I think it's be a closer game than the line anticipates. So if the line stays where it is at 7.5, give me Nevada plus 7.5. If the line moves down to 4, 3.5 because of steam, give me Utah State because I think they're the better rebounding team. They know how to close games out better, and I think they just pull through. But I think it's 7.5. Even if it goes anything between 5 and 7, I'll take Nevada. Below that, I'm going Utah State. I don't think it gets there. The reason why I like Nevada, one of the best teams in the country against the spread, 15-5. Like I said, the only issue I see is if they get destroyed on the offensive glass. Keita on Utah State. He's probably the best big man in the country that nobody knows who he is because he plays in the Mountain West. He plays at 11:30 at night. But the guy is an absolute unit. I will wait until right before game time to post my pick up on Twitter. There's going to be a separate tweet, and I'll let you know. But just keep an eye out for that one. I want to see where it moves. And I'll be for sure, guys. you two especially, I'll be giving you guys live updates on all my live bets on that game.
And I can promise you
Awesome.
that we probably won't answer any of your messages.
Well, it'll be after 9 o'clock, so somebody better fucking answer me.
I'll be working.
My 3 leans, real quick. I don't really have much to say about them. I didn't do the research yet. Richmond +5. I think that line should be flipped the other way. St. Louis is a bunch of frauds. Purdue -1 against Penn State. This will wind up being a play of mine. Penn State stinks. Purdue is much better. They're just on the road. As John Rothstein says, death taxes and Matt Painter. Matt Painter is 26-5 against Penn State. That's going to continue. He just beats the shit out of them. And Grand Canyon -6. Grand Canyon is 11-3 against the spread in the year. I haven't dove too deep into that game yet, though. And that's all I got for now.
Not a bad card, Bill.
Not bad.
No, it's not bad. He actually just talked me out of St. Louis. So I was going to.
It's not a play for me. I personally think it should be the other way.
I put a question mark on it on my stuff now, so I will dig a little deeper into it. I love the Drake pick. I'm going to ride the JMU pick as well. It's worked. Don't fix what ain't broke, right? Only the play I have right now for tomorrow that I have a little bit I've worked on. Bowling Green -4. I'm sorry, I can't read my handwriting. Bowling Green +4 against Akron. I like Bowling Green in this spot right here. They're due to win this one. I don't have a ton of data on it. I still have to do a little bit digging. It's more of a lean for me at the moment, but it's a strong lean for sure. What the fuck? And we'll see where that goes with everything.
That's something over there.
The fucking cat just tried to jump up the railing. And it fell down. So it kind of distracted me a little bit. Bowling Green +4 is the only other one I'm leaning right now. I have to look more into the college card for tomorrow. Lines are just starting to come out as we're doing this. So we'll dig a little bit more. We'll see what we're having. Obviously, I don't do as much into the college as Billy does. So, we'll see what happens.
Cool.
Greggy, what do you got for us?
I just want Bowling Green is +4 against Kent State tomorrow.
No, Akron.
Okay.
I lean Akron.
Yeah, I was about to say I'd lean Akron too, just because.
All right. Now I'm locking in Bowling Green.
All right. I mean, Akron's at home. I believe they're coming off a tough loss, aren't they?
Back-to-back losses.
Yeah. I think they need to make a statement here.
They need a win.
I think
that's what they need.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they might win. I think they win by 2.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's fair.
Good teams win. Great teams cover. I need a cover. That's it.
Yeah. JMU's a great team.
JMU
Toledo,
is a great team. Yeah, but JMU is they're on another level, man. I'll start with them. We're gonna go JMU -2.5 tomorrow. Once again, because it is the right thing to do. They're a cash cow. 13-5 against the spread on the season. And they played 3 weeks ago against Drexel, won by 9 on their home floor. JMU's at home once again. I think they should have an even better offensive outing than they did that day because, they've been hitting their stride. They are on, some type of streak right now, winning games. And I don't see it ending tomorrow. You're basically telling me that this is going to come down to a last-minute shot. And I don't think that's how it's going to go. Matt Lewis, their leading scorer, he's averaging 20 points a game. He's a senior in that conference, just playing against little boys at the guard position. Unfortunately, I can't watch every game because, they only stream so much of them on ESPN Plus. But I wish I could watch more. Matt Lewis, he's just a bad man. And they're averaging 80 points a game, 10 more than Drexel. The line just doesn't make sense to me. JMU's not getting respect.
You might be able, if you're looking specifically just to watch them, you might be able to go onto their website. Like a lot of these small conferences, especially that conference, I know a lot of them have live streams on their websites, like a separate link. They have some videography major, recording it,
Interesting. I'll have to check that out tomorrow. It's 4:00 tip off, so If it works, I'll be able to watch a little bit of it. Next play that I have will be Marshall, North Texas over 141. Marshall's put up 80 plus points in 5 straight games, and they're manhandling the majority of that conference. They've put up 90 plus multiple times. And their offense is just hitting on all cylinders. North Texas, they're no slouches either. They're averaging 73 points a game, and they're really priding themselves on their defense this year, allowing an average of 62 points a game. Although that conference is, for the most part, weak, the only real competition is, Lafayette, Rice, North Texas, and Marshall.
Mhm.
So, these lesser teams, they're holding them to in the 50s, and that's dipping that point average down. They're not playing Marshall every other game. Marshall's going to hit them with, you know, with their weapons, and it's a low over for this game. It's a low total.
Yeah.
So 141, that's a solid number. Should be more around like 148, 149. And last pick I have here, and honestly, this is right up here with my favorite for the day with James Madison. Indiana State -3 at Valpo. Valpo, outside of whenever they play Drake, they stink.
It's fair.
Yeah, and Indiana State is just one of those teams that has been an unknown cash cow since conference play. Like, I don't think we've spoken about them once on this show, but they are 13-8 against the spread on the season, winning 10 of their last 12 games. And one of those wins was against Loyola Chicago.
Yep.
Um,
We
Yeah,
did. No, we did talk about the team because I talked
Did
about
we?
that game. Yeah.
that specific game against
Yeah.
Loyola?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We lost outright. The -20, and they lost outright.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, it just goes to show that, maybe Loyola played down to competition that day, but Indiana State has some skill. But yeah, they're 4-1 in their last 5 road conference games. And, 3 is just too low of a number for me not to just jump all over against, Valpo, who,
Stinks.
yeah, they stink. They seem to either play up to competition like Drake and make it a close game, or they get blown out by 20 against teams that they have no business losing by that much. So Indiana State -3 is the play for me. Grab it now before it goes up.
Beautiful. I have another lean.
Okay.
Northern Iowa -3. You got to do more research on that. But it's like I just opened up my book and it was right in the middle of the screen. It just popped in my face. I like it. I like it. That's it for college. Do either one of you guys have anything else for NHL today? I don't have anything for NHL today.
I'm just looking at the games right now. There's only 3 games tomorrow,
Yeah, Friday's
unfortunately.
usually slow.
Yeah. Honestly, just looking at it right now, the one game I am looking at is the only one that doesn't have a line.
Boston game.
Yeah, the Boston versus Rangers. I am leaning right now to go with the Rangers at what most likely will be plus money. Bruins coming off what is
Brutal
a
loss.
brutal loss tonight
Yeah.
against
Woo.
mine and Billy's hometown Islanders. That was a
Oh
fun game
baby.
to watch. It was a tight game up until the third period. Bruins had some puck luck with Matty Martin, doing all he can to play defense, and it just happened to chip off his stick, Rover Varley's shoulder. That happens. But yeah, 5 unanswered goals.
It was
There's no,
wild.
yeah, there's no way Halak can be in goal tomorrow.
It's funny actually because that Bruins Flyers game in Lake Tahoe, the Bruins put up 5 unanswered goals against the Flyers.
Oh yeah,
Just
Dude, it was
to have it
wild.
done to them the very next game.
it's
I
amazing.
was
and 4 of them, they scored 4 goals in the last 6 minutes of the game.
It must
Yeah,
have been because
nuts.
it was 3-2. I got an update that it was 3-2 as I was leaving work. I got home to work. I pulled up in my driveway. Final score 7-2. I'm like, what just
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah, it
I
was
was just
actually
watching that game. What happened?
it was crazy because I was watching the game and I was on ESPN just looking at other scores, and the Islanders scored so fast that ESPN had it at 3-2 and it jumped to 5-2.
Hmm.
It never even registered the 4th goal. It just went 3-5.
I got no other updates. I get an update every time there's a goal on either team whenever the Islanders play. That's my home team. It's the team I root for the most. I got nothing. It said 3-2, and they said final score 7-2. I was like, what just happened?
Yeah, it was an onslaught in the last 6 minutes. Halak looked bad. I mean, I can't really give all the credit to my Islanders because Halak he was tilted, he was angry, he was just not making sound decisions in goal, and it just ended up being a massacre in the last few minutes. But outside of that, maybe lean Avalanche puck line over the Coyotes. Wild puck line I feel like that's done me pretty well
It's
anytime
done
I
well
sprinkled
lately.
it. Yeah, they're home against the Kings tomorrow. And yeah, the Kings don't score very many goals, but their record's better than I thought it was, to
They're
be
nice season
honest.
too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll have a play or two for the NHL tomorrow on the card, but nothing set in stone at the moment.
Me either. There's just not a lot there. Like you said, I do like the Rangers. I'll take the puck line just to be safe, and I'll
Hmm.
probably take something else to parlay it with. But I know that I have a little boxing to talk about, just
Mm.
about the Canelo fight. Morgan, I don't know if you have anything to talk about because you said you did
Yeah, you
about
take
boxing.
your boxing, and then I mean, I'm gonna be on Canelo knockout. I don't know what. I don't have a round yet or anything. I haven't dug that deep into it, but I will 100% be on a Canelo knockout. Um, Canelo's he's a beast. He's a machine. He knocks people out left and right. I'm all over that.
Yep,
Probably looking at it.
I'll be on the under 6 rounds. I'll be on the
I don't. I like
Canelo by
under.
KO.
That's probably honestly where I would lean. Also, I like that pick a lot. That's where I think it's headed. So there's no way it's going the distance.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, this is it's a filler fight, dude. That's what it is. At the end of the day, you know, I don't even know how to say this guy's last name. Yildirim, whatever he is.
Nurmagomedov.
It's Yildirim. Um, he's not very good. Like obviously he's good enough to get a title shot, but like it's one of those title shots. It's like, all right, man, we need you to fight somebody until the next big fight's coming. You know, he's the guy he's facing. From what I've read up on, this is not my personal opinion on it. Just from the research that I've done, I want to share with the people. The guy doesn't keep his hands up. You don't keep your hands up against Canelo, you're gonna get knocked the fuck out. You're gonna get knocked out quick in different ways, and he seems very susceptible to the uppercuts and the left hook. So watch out for that. You know, if you are one of these crazy sports books that have knockout by uppercut, like I've seen that in some dumb things. Like find it, but I do love the under 6 rounds, and I do love the knockout. There's a heavyweight fight on that night, similar to Canelo, the heavyweight fight with Parker. Parker's an overwhelming favorite, plus -1,000. You can parlay them both like Canelo by knockout, Parker by knockout. Maybe get it to almost even money because they're both overwhelming favorites. Just watch out for that, guys. That's all I got for boxing.
What's Canelo's line?
-1,000, -10,000, whatever. It's too big to even care.
Jeez.
It's a filler fight,
He's a
dude.
heavy favorite.
Yeah, he's He's
But it's gonna
probably
end up
pound
being
for
the
pound.
best fight because it's Canelo. So
And what's the over/under in rounds?
Technically it's not up yet.
Okay.
yeah, I don't have it up or
It
anything yet.
it won't be up until the day of
It's tomorrow or Saturday night?
Saturday.
Saturday night.
Got it.
Yeah, Saturday night. It'll be good. I'll definitely be watching it and tuning
Plus,
into it.
minus 10,000.
Yeah,
It's minus 10,000.
minus 10. I mean, yeah, you got to take the uppercut. I'm sorry, you got me thinking uppercuts. Take the knockout for sure. That's like I said. Don't. Like I said earlier, don't fix what ain't broken.
Amen.
The guy's a mauler. He's gonna not take him down. I'm not even gonna bother trying to say their guy's last name. I butcher every last name we come across. So, yeah, I love that. I'm pumped. It's nice to have. I told you guys. I think I said it on Tuesday with you guys. This is probably the most interesting fight that we've had since Fury Wilder last year. Just because Canelo is such a big attraction. So
It's just nice to see somebody worth
it's
fighting.
him. Yeah, it's him. It's like Anthony Joshua, obviously Wilder and Fury. They're the big guys you want to see and everything. Can't wait for the day that Fury and Joshua fight. Like that's going to be an awesome fight to see. Joshua's one of my favorite boxers to watch because he's not a technician like Mayweather is. He's coming in there just throwing them. And as much as I don't like Mayweather, but you got to respect his game and his technician behind it. I want to see someone slugging. I need Rocky out there just throwing punches left and right.
I love it. I love boxing. You have golf to talk about, don't you?
We do.
Morgan?
Let's talk some flat sticks, boys. Oh my God,
So that's what they call it, flat sticks.
I've never heard that before.
Flat sticks, I absolutely love it. I teased it a little bit on Tuesday's episode that I was looking into Brooks Koepka to win the WGC Workday. He opened up as a plus 3,000. He shot 5 under to his opening round. He's in a tie for third currently, which is really tied for second, but he's in a big tie for third currently. His odds have shot to plus 700 in this one. Brooks has been playing some great golf. He won the Waste Management two events ago. He had a nice top 10 last week at the Genesis. He's looking great. If you can get him now, it's definitely not as great a value, but it's a nice play right now. He's looking very good. He has a very strong history in this course as well. This course you're going to shoot low numbers in this course. So guys who have very strong iron play and who are consistent with their putters, this course is made for you. You don't need to have the big drives. I mean, DeChambeau has played a good first round, but this is not a course that is made for the big hitters in any way. This actually, as I say, that DeChambeau shot 5 over, so scratch that. He didn't play a good round. He's probably going to miss the cut.
5 over.
Yeah. So this is for the golfers who are sound all the way around, who can still hit it long. But we're going to rely on their short game. Brooks is one of the best short game guys on tour. His chips are phenomenal from within 100 yards. He had the chip in at the Waste Management, which won him the tournament. He had a chip within a few inches last week from about 20 yards out. Like that's where he makes his money. I do have a long shot play after the first round that I am intrigued by, and it's definitely a long shot one. Going into this tournament, Justin Thomas was the favorite to win the tourney. He shot 1 over on the opening round, has jumped back to a plus 9,000 odds to win this. JT's due. He hasn't won an event since August. And for the world's number 3, that's shocking. You wouldn't expect to see that out of him. Last year when this event was hosted at this course, he was the 54-hole leader before he kind of imploded on the back 9 of the last round. And he had a double bogey on a par 4, which kind of killed him and knocked him out of contention. He struggled. He missed 2 out of the last 3 cuts, so he hasn't been playing that great. But he's one of the very best in the world, and he's had success at this course before. So it's definitely a very good value play, to take him as a winner. Right now he's 7 strokes back. It's not impossible to overcome after 1 round. He's a good bet to make the cut.
I just placed the bet. I placed the $1 for him to win.
Yeah, it's little tiny guy. It's not going to kill you or anything, but it's a great little wager. He's like I said, he's due. He's one of the best in the world. He's due to win a round. You could probably say the same about Tony Finau, who has one career win and about 7,000 top 10 finishes. But Justin Thomas is kind of a different caliber golfer. He's one of the, like you said, one of the very best out there. So definitely like him for sure as a high money kind of winner. Matt Fitzpatrick was receiving the third most money coming in, opening up this right now. He's in the tie for the lead. I don't expect him to hang on to it. I think he will fall off. Sergio's up there. Sergio stinks. He always shoots well the first 2 rounds before he just implodes. And then he starts cursing at everybody around him. He's just a trash bag. He'd be a perfect Philly scumbag. He really should come move to Philly with us. He belongs. He's one of my people. But it's some good golf. I'm going to be putting some golf stuff up there. Some as I see them and try to get some live stuff up there. Especially coming into Sunday. I was telling the boys before we went live, there's nothing better than watching some live golf on a Sunday, placing the bets, having a few drinks. There is no better feeling than, sweating it out the 18th hole. And my guy Brooks needs to hit a 20-foot putt to win it. Or if he
probably
pushes it out, it's torture. It's torture.
Yeah.
There is nothing, no better high, but no better low than when your guy misses. I had Nate Lashley 2 weeks ago, who had a 3-stroke lead with 4 holes to play at the Waste Management, ended up quadruple bogeying the 15th hole.
Jeez.
Could not make a putt within 5 feet to save his life, and it was the worst feeling in the world. I didn't give a shit about him. My heart fell for me. I had him as a top 5 and a winner, and he fell out of the top 10. It was brutal, and he had been leading for like 30-plus straight holes. It was tough to see, but it was electric.
Yeah, that's probably wild. I'm gonna have to start watching more golf.
Yeah, I agree.
That sounds fun.
Whales aren't playing right now, but there's nothing better. Have a few margs on a Sunday, get a little comfy. We got no football right now. Throw a little golf on there. We got some big tourney. The big majors are going to be coming up soon. U.S. Open coming up May 17th. Can't wait for that. It's a nice little get us going where we want to be. I'm pumped. Golf's great. It's so much fun. It fucking sucks to bet on because you never win whatsoever. But it is fucking electric to watch, and when you have some skin in the game.
I'm gonna find a winner one of these days.
Yeah, Morgan, I have homework for you.
All right.
Actually, find me.
I feel like I had homework last episode too, and I didn't do it.
I don't recall, but if I remember, I'll let you know. But your homework for tonight is to find me a matchup winner for the tournament tomorrow.
Okay, I can do that.
A matchup? Oh,
yeah,
boy.
so
I know what a matchup is. Yeah, okay. I'm just like, oh boy, this fucking guy.
All right, well, it's something to talk about with Jared on. I'm drawing a blank on.
My God,
completely drew a blank there.
I'm drawing a blank so bad.
Come on, work through it.
Brain just
on the
birth
of a degenerate. Yeah. I lagged out, but I came back.
Oh yeah, it's like you lagged out 2K the other day. Oh boy,
dude! I told you I would take a video and send it to you. Because if there's no pick, there's no proof. We both know that.
Fair. That is fair.
But yeah.
Anything else for what do you call it? The flat sticks?
Flat sticks, baby.
A flat stick.
Why don't you just call it the links?
I got a flat stick sitting around here somewhere that I practice my putts with.
Just call it the links.
Always be golfing, baby. Always be golfing.
ABG?
You play the links, but you use the flat stick.
All right, whatever you say. Even though some of them are angled.
Still a flat stick. It's just a different angle.
I guess.
That's fair. I'm not going to argue with you. I don't know.
That's right.
It's fair. Right. Although when you do use the driver and your forward momentum actually curves the club, but that's neither here nor there. I'm a scientist, and that's why you're an idiot.
It's called torque. Right there. You get some torque in the hips, and you bring the club around.
100%.
Golf's my thing, baby. There's nothing better then a Saturday in the summer, 70-degree weather. You go out with the boys. You take a nice case of beer, have a bottle of Jack with you. You got a nice tin of long cut, a couple cigars. You got the cart girl coming around every 4 holes with some hot dogs and some ice. That's the life. There's not, and then you go with your one buddy who's just a trash bag and stinks at golf and can't get it past the ladies. You can't get it past the ladies' tee on anyone. And then next hole, he's got to tee off with his pants down to his ankles. Love and love. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's fun. Every time I go play golf, I enjoy it, except for the sunburn because I get too drunk to remember to put sunscreen on, and I am Irish, so you know how that goes.
I mean, if you're not drunk before the turn, you're doing it wrong. The whole idea
listen, as long as I'm not driving, I'll be drunk by the time we tee off from first.
The way to do it is you go a beer per hole, and then every time you double bogey, triple bogey, you start throwing shots back. Start really tearing it up a little bit.
Having a bad day. That's all.
You get your one buddy out there and start passing the tin around, and then he just starts swallowing it and everything. You watch him go,
oh boy. Now we're getting off the rails, Morgan. Now we're getting off the
Here
rails.
we go.
Close
this
this
happens
out,
every
Morgan.
time.
I let you go on a tangent, because you enjoy it, and then
I
have to reel you back in because you're talking about people throwing up.
What are you gonna do?
Close this out, Morgan. Before I
can't handle their tobacco or they can't handle their alcohol. Is what it is.
Everything responsibly.
Everything responsibly, including gambling. Gamble responsibly. Please be smart. There are no guarantees in life except for death and taxes. So make sure that you are being a smart gambler at all times. Do not go crazy with your bankroll. If you are going crazy, please watch Birth of a Degenerate. We are teaching our little man-child not to go nuts with every penny he has and to be responsible on his bets and not put his entire house on one play. He would not do well as a homeless person. So
fair.
This has been Betting the Diagonal. We have at Billy FFD, Billy Wilson sitting over here. Greg Gersh at Gersh Greg. Greg, what do we got on the Twitter follower update? Anything?
Let's see.
This is the segment that people come for right here. The Twitter updates.
I hate to disappoint everyone. We're still at a solid 8.
I'm not going to lie. I 100% expected you to say I don't want to disappoint, but I went down 2 followers.
I thought he was going to go down to 7.
I should have just unfollowed him real quick.
That would have been you and Billy confabulating against me.
Oh, here, Greg. Here's another.
Yeah, this guy is using my fucking words.
You're now
funny as hell. Oh, shit. Did you just now follow him?
Thank you.
I follow
9.
Separate social accounts.
You can find Greg at
you can't get to 10 without me here. It's just not.
It's tough. It's amazing how the Twitter Betting Diagonal page we've been able to grow so much, but we can't grow Greg to save our life.
Yeah,
he is like a cactus in the middle of the desert that we would think doesn't need any water. Well, this one needs water.
Real quick, before I forget, I didn't even run it by you guys, but I want to do a tournament bracket. To the show. I want to figure out how to. We'll work it out this weekend. I'll have information for Tuesday's show.
Have NIT this year, or is NIT canceled?
Ooh, I don't know. Should we do an NIT tournament instead?
No, we should do both.
We should do both.
Ooh, I like that.
I don't know if there's NIT this year.
Like that. You don't get me started on that.
I want both.
I don't know if there is or not. I doubt it.
I'm gonna have to look into that. I don't think there is either, but I'm very curious if there's gonna be an NIT. NIT is almost better than the actual tournament is.
Shut your fucking mouth.
I love the teams that are just trash and don't belong there. So anyway, you had at Billy FFD, at Gersh Greg. You can find me at MoWatts26. You can find all of us at Betting the Diagonal, where we are posting our picks daily. Please interact with us. Billy needs people to talk to during the day when Greg and I are busy and don't want to talk to him because we are tilted for some other reason. He needs somebody to interact with him. So give him some.
See my bets losing. Chirp me.
Yes, if you see his bets losing, that is the best time to get in and come at him because he will just lay down and take it. He won't fight back at you. He doesn't have it in him anymore. So take a look at those kind of things. For the boys here, thank you for watching and tuning in today. You can always find us on YouTube, Spotify, Google Play, the other billion podcast places that are out there on the internet, but I don't even know the names of them. But we will see you degenerates next week.